It's a stunning 1956 Ford convertible. Hi, it's Bud Wilkinson. Today it's a story on a Ford fan from Guilford who has not one, but three 1956 Ford models. As a lifelong Ford lover, Joe Sandella feels right at home behind the wheel of his 1956 Ford Fairlane Sunliner. He's owned it for 4 years, along with another 1956 Sunliner. Sunliner is the name Ford applied to its convertible models in the 1950s and early 60s. He also owns a 1956 two-door hardtop. How is it that you've become a Ford lover?
Well, my dad was a Ford mechanic all his life. He worked for every Ford dealership in Connecticut. He said to me, he says, when I'm growing up, while I was growing up, he says, if you buy a Ford, he says, I get the parts it cost and labor's free, thanks to Dad. I wish Dad could see these now.
Sandella got his first Ford, a 1955 model, when he was 17 after spotting a classified ad in the New Haven Register from a desperate seller. His father helped grease the purchase.
He was asking $150 for it. My dad went with me. We went down there, and being he was the mechanic, he was checking the car out. He put it in second gear, standard transmission, let up on the clutch, and the car bucked a little bit. And he said, the clutch is slipping. He says, it's going to need a new clutch. And then he looked at the car, and he's got his finger on the button on the door, and he's closing it, and with the button in, obviously it wouldn't close. And he said, door latch is no good. He says, going to have to replace that door latch too. And the fellow was standing there and he's looking. My dad says, best I can do is 75 bucks on this car. I can't do 150. No, that's too little. My dad looked at me and said, get back in his 49 Merc, which I did. And as we're driving down his driveway, he come running down and he says, okay, I'll take the $75. My dad says, you know what? I'm thinking about it. Probably $50 is tops we can go for it. I looked at my dad, it had 4 brand new Firestone tires on it. And I said, Dad, the tires are worth 50 bucks. And he said, be quiet. I was quiet. The kid looked at my dad and says, I'll take the 50 bucks.
So what you're saying is your dad was a scam artist.
He was a salesman, that's for sure.
The centerpiece of Sandella's collection is the black Sunliner, which has a vibrant red interior, which includes add-on air conditioning. The model is powered by a 5-liter V8 engine with automatic transmission, both from a 1989 Ford Mustang. Sandella's purchase was prompted by a call from a nearby friend who buys cars down south and then brings them back to Connecticut and flips them.
He called me up and said to me, you have to see what I have on my trailer. I met him at his house. He came down the driveway with him. When I saw this car on the trailer, I said, no, you're not taking that home. You're sending it to my house. He drove it up to my house, and then we negotiated the price after that.
Sandella drives the Sunliner often and never worries about its reliability.
So the car has the look of the 50s, but it's got the modern drivetrain in it to give you a very, very nice ride.
I've seen you several places. You never hesitate to drive this, do you?
Oh no, absolutely not. If the sun is out, Joe's out. I try to make every car show I can. I'm proud of the car. It shows very, very well.
It certainly does. In Guilford, Connecticut, for CT Insider, I'm Bud Wilkinson.